Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be getting into some affordable makeup, testing them all out. I got some things from e.l.f., NYX, SheGlam. We're just going to see if these things are really good and maybe could replace some more high-end products in my life. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree. I'm a crazy lover of all things beauty. I love to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot on indie makeup and all that good stuff. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. I just got zoomed in so we can just jump right into testing out the makeup because I tend to blab in these kind of videos. So we have, well, I have today the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer. So many people raved about this primer. It seemed to be a lot of people's favorites from last year. So I'm finally trying it. So this is what it looks like if you haven't seen it. It's supposed to be like a fluffy whipped texture, and it comes with like a little spatula that like goes into the cap. I love that, so you won't like lose it. I'm gonna put it on one half of my face because I also have the e.l.f. Power Grip Matte Primer that they just released, and I want to see how that one is. So I'm just gonna use the spatula and just like put it on the skin here and rub it in. This is supposed to smooth out the skin. It's supposed to leave like a nice soft smooth feel. Did I put too much? Probably. I do have enlarged pores. I do have an oily skin type, probably a combination oily skin, and I do get shiny throughout the day. I have, you know, just coloration, enlarged pores, fine lines. I got all the things. So I'm just rubbing that in on this side. It does feel good. It does have like a tingling, cooling sensation, and I did look up this product to see the claims, and it is supposed to have that. And we'll see how this one compares. So this is supposed to be like the original Power Grip Primer, but have more of a mattifying effect. It doesn't have like the clear packaging like the original one does, because there's the original one and isn't there like a niacinamide one? So here is what it looks like. It's like a milky kind of color, and it feels like a tacky gel. So we'll put it here. My face is still like having that cooling, tingly feeling on this side. It's crazy feeling. It's quite refreshing though. It definitely will get you woken up if you're putting on some makeup in the morning. Now this one is also supposed to smooth out the skin too and leave that tacky finish, and overall leave your skin looking smooth and matte. So here's the Milani side. It has a very soft feel to it. And then here is the e.l.f. side, which has that tacky feel, but I don't feel like it really smoothed out my skin at all. Like blurred anything out like how this side has. But I do like that it does leave a tacky finish, because that's usually gonna help the foundation like grip to your skin. And hopefully it will, you know, keep my skin more matte because I am, you know, an oily skin type. So I guess it would go based on preference and how you like your primers to feel and what you want them to do. But let's keep on keeping on. I do have this new foundation from e.l.f. Well, it came out last year. The Soft Glam Satin Foundation. It's supposed to have, you know, medium buildable coverage, be long lasting, and have some hydrating ingredients in it as well. Typically, satin foundations usually work for like all different skin types. And I also have the e.l.f. Bronzing Drops. I think I got this in a Trend Mood box. This one is in pure gold. So I guess I can mix them in. Hopefully that won't disturb the foundation too much, but I've heard really good things about this one. So I'm going to use a brush on this side and then a sponge on this side just to see how it applies differently. So I'll just put some more on my hand here. A good little squeezy squeeze. And then we'll go into the bronzing drops. Hopefully it won't make the foundation look too warm on me. Okay. So I just put a little splooshy sploosh there. I'm going to mix it together. I think you could also use this kind of product on its own or like as a primer first. Hopefully it doesn't make it too warm, but I'm going to just blend those together and put it on the skin and see if it leaves some kind of like a bronzy sheen to the skin. I am using a It Cosmetics brush, and I'm just gonna blend that all over the skin and see about the coverage. Giving, I would say, like, you know, light medium coverage with just one coat. That bronzing drops definitely is giving it a sheen, and I do feel like it's made it a little bit more warm, but nothing crazy. And we'll see how it goes with the sponge. So first, I'm gonna apply just a layer without the bronzing drops, just so we can see how it changes the color of the foundation. Just like a little splooshy sploosh here on my It's Bell sponge, and I'm going to just dab that in. It should be a little bit more sheer with a sponge, since the sponge is going to absorb some of the product. Do you see like a noticeable color difference? Now this one definitely has more luminosity to it, and maybe there's a slight difference in the tone. I don't know if you guys can know. And the lighting's so bright in here, so it's hard for me to really see. I just feel like this looks maybe a little bit warmer or more glowy. I just wanted to make sure it didn't have like a drastic change in the color with those bronzing drops, because then that would dictate how often or when I use those drops. So I'm gonna go in with one more layer on my skin on this side and mix it with the bronzing drops just to get everything looking the same. I don't have any new concealer, so I'm just gonna go into this one from Flower Beauty, the Get Real Serum Concealer that I've had for a while. I really love this concealer. I think Flower Beauty is a really good, affordable drugstore brand that has really nice, high quality products. So this one's really nice. Doesn't feel like thin like a serum concealer. It definitely is a little bit thicker, but it's a really nice like medium coverage concealer. So I'm just gonna dab that in. By the way, I have the shade called Sand. So now I have some other cream products to go over before we get into powder. So I do have the new Camo Liquid Bronzer Contour from e.l.f. This one I think just came out. This is in medium. So we'll see what that is all about. I tend to use more like cream or powder bronzers, not so much liquid, but we'll see if we like this one. And I also have the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush as well. I haven't tried these. I think this came out last year. And the shade that I have for this is Suave Mauve. So let me just put some like dots here, and I'm gonna use my foundation brush to kind of blend it in. I don't want to put too much because I don't know if this is gonna dry super fast, but oh, okay, it's blending right in. I just like dabbed a couple of times with the brush and it's already kind of blended in. So let me add some more because I feel like it kind of dissipated a little bit. So maybe this is gonna be more buildable, which is what I prefer with bronzers. I don't want them to be super pigmented because that can get out of hand fast. Now let's get into the blush. This one does say it is high pigment. I mean, the Camo one does too for the bronzer. So I'm just gonna put like 2 dots here. We'll start with that. And I'm gonna go in with this like stippling blush brush that I have from Key Soul Care line. Ooh, that's a nice color. And it blends right in just like the contour. And it gave like a flush. So I'm gonna go in with some more because I like a very blushed up look. And I'm loving how that blends in. And it has like a little glow, but that could also just be how my skin already looks because of the foundation and the bronzing drops. But I love that color. Now we can get into powder because I really, really need powder. I'm not one that could leave a sheeny face like this. So we're going to be going into the SheGlam Instant Ready Face and Under Eye Setting Powder Dual. I have not tried things from SheGlam, and this was in a Trend Mood box, but it is the like pink version. Hopefully it won't be too brightening, but then on the bottom side there is a loose powder. So I'm gonna use the loose powder first and then use the pressed powder as a finishing, but we'll see because I'm worried that this might be too light, maybe too brightening. Hopefully it's not gonna leave a crazy white cast, but I just took off the thing. I'm gonna dab some here. And then I also did get some puffs from SheGlam that came in the Trend Mood box as well. the instant ready powder puff little things here. I've always wanted some of these, and it comes with 3 in a pack. So I'm gonna go in and just go in with the powder because it has like the little thing to put your finger. And let me just make sure I dab out these creases here. And then we shall see. I'll put it on there. I guess pink, isn't it supposed to be like brightening? I don't know. I don't really know what like all the different color correcting things do for products and like makeup and powders. But I mean, it's setting down nicely. Actually, the color isn't that bad. I thought it was gonna look straight up like I put white powder under my eyes and have like a strong cast. I got a little bit more. Okay, there we go. See, I didn't have that much on the sponge. I mean the puff. But I'm just going to dab it in. I'm just gonna put it on one side just to see the difference. So it instantly, like, you know, took the sheen away and made my skin look a little bit more mattified, but it definitely made my skin look instantly blurred. And it doesn't seem too light. I mean, it has like kind of toned down a little bit, but it's not one of those things where I feel like I'm having like an intense like white cast. I don't really notice any of that pink tint to it, but it's instantly mattified my skin and it feels super soft and like it's blurring out everything. You know what? I also forgot I wanted to use a lip mask. This is the Vitamask Overnight Lip Mask. I believe this is like more on the affordable end. This was also in a Trend Mood box. It is the Plump and Repair one and it's in vanilla. My lips do feel dry, so I'm gonna put that on. Get some hydration so I don't have crusty lips. It does have like a light vanilla scent. It does feel very hydrating and very plushy. Perfect. So let me go in with some highlighter. So I have the She Glam Lunar Glow highlighter. It's like a little pinky one that also came in the Trend Mood box. And it's like this little spaceship thing looking thing. And then this is what the highlighter looks like. It's really pretty highlighter and it feels really smooth. It's one of those like kind of pinky highlighters. I don't know if you can tell, but let me get a highlighting brush and we'll put that on the cheeks real quick and see what it does. It seems very smooth and like pearlescent as the finish, but I don't mind a pinky highlighter. It has more of like a sheer base, so it doesn't have like that icy light pink kind of look to it. And there is definitely little fine sparkles in it, so if you don't like, you know, highlighters to have any sparkle and you want like a more of a smooth metallic look, then this might not be your jam, because I know people, you know, say like the sparkles can enhance texture. So I'm gonna, I guess, do my final finishing of the face with the pressed powder side, because that's usually what I would do with a pressed powder at the end. Now that I have highlighter on, so I'm just gonna dab that all over, bring it down on my neck, just make sure everything got powdered, because I mainly focus the loose powder like under my eyes and like my T-zone. So that was all like the products besides a lippy that I wanted to try out, but I'm gonna go and do my brows. I'm gonna do my eyes off camera because I don't have anything in the affordable category, and I'm actually going to film an eye look for a different video. So I'm gonna go do that and then I'll come back and we'll put a lippy on together and like wrap up this video. All right, loves, I am back and I did my eye makeup and I also did my brows. Now I did film this look. It's coming in another video where I do a palette bingo of shame. I used some palettes I didn't use from last year, the El Camino, the Paradise Cove, and the Gourmande palette. These are all from Gourmande Girls, and these two, the El Camino and the Paradise Cove, were like collabs with Ladybug Glow. So I just did a little palette bingo. I'm not sure if that video will be up before this one or after, but check out for that if you want to see how I put this together. But I also have my makeup link like I always do. But I also did go ahead and do my brows off camera, and I used the NYX Professional Makeup, what is it, Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen and Espresso through my brows, and the ColourPop, what is this, the Brow Boss Gel, and I think this is a dark brown. Yeah, that's what I did for my my brows. I did also use the NYX Epic Ink Liner to create my wing. And then for my lashes, I used the telescopic mascara from L'Oreal. Kept it drugstore with this one as well. So I have the new NYX Fat Oil Slick Click Shiny Lip Balms. These came out last year and I want to finally try them. I have Trending Topic, which is this one, and link in bio. I did also pick up some other shades of their fat lip drip oils, but I want to use these since I haven't tried it, and I think this would be the best color. So we'll see what this is about. I heard a lot of people say this is not exactly like the Tarte Maracuja, which it seems like they were kind of trying to, you know, dupe. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's scented. That's like a fruity candy scent. Ooh, that's good. Okay, so this is definitely not like the Maracuja Juicy Lip. It is less goopy than the Maracuja ones. They're not like as like thick and glossy. And this one is just like, it feels like a lip balm that has sheen, and I think this has a nice color to it, but it also feels hydrating. I probably should have used a lip liner, but I was lazy today, and it's a nice little nude. Oh, I like this color. Honestly, I think I like this a lot better than the Tarte ones, just because it's easier to apply, and I feel like they'll stay in place better, but still have that juicy effect. Ooh, okay, this is pretty. Ooh, I like that a lot. But yeah, I think that's everything for affordable makeup. Let me put my hair down and all that. I think this looks so cute, the look, but my skin is actually looking really nice. I do have a little bit of fallout, but that's from the shadow. But I do feel like my skin looks really smooth, especially on this side. Definitely noticing more texture on the side that has the Power Grip one on, but I still think my skin looks nice and smooth overall. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a wear test. So I applied the foundation and everything on around, I think it was like 4 p.m. as I was applying everything, and right now it's 6:30, so 2.5 hours have gone by since I've like put this on, did my like palette bingo and all that. So I'm gonna wear this makeup till probably maybe like 10:30. So that would give me like 6.5 hours to do like a little bit of a wear test. I wish I had time to do a longer one. So I'm going to go do some things and go get some boba and stuff with my husband and run some errands, and then I will come back at the end of the night to give you guys like my final thoughts and show you how overall like everything wore. I'm here to do my final check-in and wrap up this video. So earlier I mentioned that I initially put on my complexion products around, I'd say 3:30, and now it is a little after 10. So I'll show you guys the time. It is 10:11, and at first I didn't think I was going to do a wear test, and if I had thought I was going to, I would have showed you guys the time after I applied everything. But we're at the like 6.5 to 7 hour mark of wearing my makeup, and I think that's a decent wear test. I wish I could have worn it longer, at least like 8 to 10 hours, but at least this will tell you how it wears over time. I do have an oily combination skin type, so just so you know that going in, you know, I deal with texture and all of that. Now it is kind of cold here in Texas. I'm not dealing with a warm climate, but I am dealing with an oily skin type. So I'm gonna get a little closer and lower the lighting so I can show you guys everything. So here we are. I am up close and personal. I'll zoom it in even more so you guys can really see. So I am looking, you know, a little shiny, a little dewy, because, you know, I have an oily skin type. But overall, I still think my foundation looks really good. I don't notice any like separating or any areas where the foundation came off or like got a little patchy, which is a good thing. I think my skin looks really flawless, and I do feel like as the shine comes through, my makeup starts to look even better on the skin, a little bit more natural. I do have a little bit of gathering around my nose, but that's typical with most foundations that I wear. But, you know, no crazy separation, no nothing. And I tend to touch my face a lot. I went out and had dinner, I ate something greasy, and did some errands, did some laundry. So I think this looks pretty good. Now I do feel like The side where I have the Milani primer on, it looks more shiny, and that one is not advertised as a matte primer. It's more of a smoothing primer, and the Power Grit one was advertised more as a matte one. So I do feel a little less shiny, but it's not anything hugely drastic from this side, so it's just slightly less shiny. But I do like how this side looks better because it's more smooth. My texture looks less enhanced. My pores look a little bit more, diffuse than this side. I feel like my texture shows up a lot more because it doesn't smooth as much. So I don't know, I think I would prefer this side, or maybe I would use a combination of the two to make my perfect canvas for makeup. My blush and all that, I can still see it. I can still see my highlighter, even though I'm extra dewy. I still think it's there. Maybe not as visible as it was when I first applied it. So I am just going to do like a touch up and see if this would be a good touch up powder. The She Glam one, but the pressed version. And I'm actually going to use this puff because that's what I would do if I was like touching up, just to see if it would do well. But I just wanted to show you guys like where it's at. But I want to see if I can use this powder to touch up, because some powders get weird when you put it over a really like, shiny, oily matte base. But actually this is doing pretty good. Oh, and also my under eyes look really good, but I already knew that Flower Beauty concealer was really good. Okay, so this is doing a good job at touching up, but it does leave a little bit of a cast on the skin. So this shade is probably not great if you're like, a deeper skin tone than me, or even my skin tone, if you don't want it to, lighten your skin at all. But it does touch up nicely. Made my pores look smooth again, took the shine away. Let me get zoomed out so we can wrap up this video. So my final verdict, since I did my check-in, is I think everything was nice. I actually really do like this satin foundation. I think it's wearing pretty nicely at the like 6.5, 7 hour mark, even though I like mixed in this bronzing drops. Even though I didn't use like my most tried and true super mattifying products, it did actually really well. So I can imagine that it would do even better with like my tried and true primers and setting powders. So far I think it's nice medium coverage. It's actually a really good shade for me, medium neutral. And overall I just like satiny foundations. I feel like they just work well, and they're like that perfect medium of not being too like dewy but not being too matte. It's just the perfect middle place. And I thought the bronzer drops were nice. It did add a little bit of warmth to the foundation and some luminosity, so it actually does show through foundation. And I feel like a lot of these illuminizing products like this don't really show up, or they're too sheer or too subtle. So this actually does give some sheen. This would be a beautiful product, especially for the summertime, or if you're just wanting to look like a bronzier goddess. As for the powder, it's nice. Like I mentioned, it does leave a little bit of a white cast and lightens the foundation and stuff overall because of that pinkiness. It's definitely a brightening powder, so I think I would have benefited from one of those tinted powders, maybe like a light tan shade or something, just so it would mesh better with my skin tone. But I do like how it leaves my skin. It makes it very smooth and airbrush looking, and it leaves like a nice overall powdered finish without making it look dry. It's not the most mattifying, but it's not a glowy powder either. I think the contour product is really nice, and the cream blush from e.l.f. I think they're really easy to work with. They don't dry down fast. I don't think they're overly pigmented, and it has like room to like build or sheer out. So it's not one of those things that's just crazy pigmented that you have instant clown cheeks or instant like brown streak on the face. You can work with these and they don't dry too quick. You have time to get these to blend in, and you can build it up to have a good amount of pigment, or you can sheer it out if you want it to be more diffuse. I thought this lip mask was really nice, hydrating. It's just a simple clear lip mask. It's not anything special or different from other lip masks that I've tried in this like, kind of component and way of application. As for the primers, I think the Milani one is great if you want that smoothing effect. You want a nice, beautiful canvas for your makeup to apply to, and you just want to look smooth and diffuse any texture in your face. This is perfect for that. If you got enlarged pores, fine lines. I'm very impressed at how much this smoothed out my skin. As for the e.l.f. one, it doesn't really smooth as much as I would like it to, but it does create a nice tacky base. I do feel like my face was a little bit less sheeny on this side versus the Milani side, so it does have a little bit of, you know, mattifying properties. It's not the most mattifying primer that I've ever tried. Oh, and the lippy, like I said, it was very hydrating. I love the color. I love, you know, the pigmentation. It glides right on. It has a nice glossy finish. It fades nicely. It leaves the lips nice and hydrated, and I really like the color. Oh, and one more thing I did forget to mention, the highlighter. I think it's really pretty. It's still showing up. It's nice and smooth, but has fine little sparkles, and it's a pretty little pink. I really did enjoy this highlighter too, and the puff as well. So that was my thoughts on all the products that I tried in this video today. I really enjoyed testing out some affordable makeup. It's always nice to get good makeup that costs less, but you guys will now have to let me know, what are your thoughts in the comments below? Have you tried any of these products? Do you like drugstore? Are you a high-end kind of person? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you enjoy this video and you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup and all that good stuff, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all the products linked for you if you want to check them out for yourself. I'll have other videos of mine you might be interested in watching, as well as my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, for supporting my channel. I just appreciate you guys all so much, and I hope all of you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and just sending you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.